Oh, wow! Oh, my gosh! Look at you! Look at you!
I first met Danny in 1986.
Rabbi Zemmel came to my class as Danny.
I met Rabbi Zemmel way back in 1977. I was his camper.
I first met Danny Zemmel when I was 14. We went on a retreat and Danny was driving. The song American Pie came on and there's a line in the song, "Do you believe in God above?" And Danny yelled, "I do!"
The first dinner I had with Louise and Rabbi Zemmel, he starts asking me question after question, then he pauses and he goes, "Am I too intense? My wife says I'm very intense."
I got to meet him in New York. He had come to speak to a group of students about the work he does with Liz Lerman in response to a student who didn't like the fact that the prayer book was on the ground. And Rabbi Zemmel came and took that book and said, "Sometimes we engage in idol worship." That's when the seed got planted and said, I need to know this man a little bit more.
The first text message I ever got from Danny Zemmel, and was asking me for if I wanted to go and get some ice cream. And he didn't even know at the time how much of an ice cream fan I am. So a little bit beshert, and that was the start of deepening this relationship and getting to know each other.
The first time we met Rabbi Zemmel, he greeted us wearing like gym shorts and a sort of a rumply t-shirt. And we thought, this is definitely our place.
I walked into Danny Zemmel's office at 18 in a blazer, shaking to my core, so nervous for the first interview. And one of the first things Danny Zemmel says to me is, relax, this is just a conversation. This is just a conversation.
He said, "Oh, I just happened to have this text in my bag." He had multiple copies of one of his favorite texts that he was ready to teach and that he just carried with him in case there was a teaching moment. He just has such a deep wealth of knowledge and apparently also a briefcase that is full of texts that are ready to be taught at any moment.
Rabbi Zemmel's sermons, sometimes they're really hard to understand. When I see his name, you gotta be like, okay, you have to prepare for like a long sermon that you're gonna have to really pay attention to every word. Because if you miss a sentence, you're gonna be like, wait, what happened?
I was making a dance and I came to Temple Micah. Somebody stood up, just stood up, waving their arms, saying, no more Eastern European imagery. Would you please drag us into the next century? Give us some new images. It turned out that was Danny Zemmel.
I was close enough to him at one point that he asked me to participate as one of the rabbis who married him and Louise. I remember distinctly standing at the chuppah with the two of them and watching his face glow with joy.
Dan and Louise were the first people that Kevin and I went to after we got engaged. Dan and Louise hosted Shabbat dinner for our immediate families on the weekend of our wedding. And it was the best Shabbat dinner of my life. And then Dan officiated at our wedding. He named both of my children, and he and Louise have been true friends for these many years.
He knew me as a child, and he knew my parents, and he knew my brothers, and he knows my husband, and now he came to know our daughter through her bat mitzvah. So it is a sustaining force in my life, and I always feel that Danny's there if I need him.
The two of us push each other. The two of us question each other. It's sometimes hard to remember who started what. Was it my idea or was it Danny's? Even though he is retiring officially, his mind is not retiring. And his thirst for knowledge and for betterment of the Jewish people and of America, that's not retiring. And we share that together.